Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan. That's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Chicago Bears.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
It's a rivalry that dates back to 1921. The Packers and Bears are underway from Chicago. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
Now in his third season as the guy in Green Bay, and he's thrown for at least 25 touchdowns in each of the last 2 years. He and his team believe they are due for a deep playoff run as long as he stays healthy and is piloting the offense.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
First down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
To throw now. Here's Love. He finds his man. Complete. It's Reed. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
To number 11, Jaden Reed. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Packers.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. No sweat from Montez Sweat that time as he makes that stop look easy.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Love from the gun. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first.
It's a gain of 8.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, Love. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense, but whistles come in. Remember, on 4th down, that becomes a dead ball if anyone other than the fumbler himself recovers. So it'll come back to the spot of the fumble, and that will mean that's going to wind up being a turnover on downs. So now here are the Bears with excellent field position to start off. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
Had an up-and-down rookie season, but at times definitely showed exactly why he was so highly regarded coming out of college. Threw for 20 touchdowns as a rookie, but expects to take a massive leap with his new head coach, Ben Johnson, calling plays and designing the offense.
A loss of a yard.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
At the Packers' 47-yard line.
On play action, here's Williams. Rolling to his right. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. off the play fake. It's Williams. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14. Matt LaFleur loudly voicing his objections to that previous call. He's going to throw out the red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Here's Swift. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. DeAndre Swift, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bears post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Santos on to try the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. So that drive, 4 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. A costly mistake there in the return game, and that is not how you want to answer an opening touchdown.
Yeah, and your defense is asking you a lot of questions right now because you're already down 7-0. You turn the ball over, they've got to go right back out there to try and keep it from getting to 14-0.
To throw, it's Williams. Flushed out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one...
Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. And Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. To the air, Williams. Open man is Komet, the tight end. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for a Bears first down. First and 10.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Here's Williams. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Running is Swift. And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
To throw, Williams. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on fourth down, Cairo Santos on now for the Bears field goal. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away.
Nixon on the return.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone.
And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on second and long. The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
They'll complete this one to Watson. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On fourth down, the Packers call on Daniel Whelan to punt. Returnable here from the 38. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away from stealing a late field goal here. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
Flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hanson with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hanson, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing is Williams. That's complete. Romadunze. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Play action's supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 13-yard line. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion.
First down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first and 10, it's Swift. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
9-yard line, second and 6. Looking to throw is Williams. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Operating from the gun, Williams. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Kenny Clark picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing, the O-line coach will.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On play action. Love to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Now on comes the Bears offense as he'll be called in to go for two.
The Bears will line up.
Williams going to throw for it. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. So a big play there. Not only the fumble return for the touchdown, then they get the 2-point try. And you know, for the defense, though, they were just over there sitting on the field. They had to rush out to try to defend that.
You know, it's funny. They actually practice situations that they call sudden change when the team turns it over. I'll guarantee you no one practices a fumble return for a touchdown like that, and now someone goes for two. Really good strategy by them putting them in that situation.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half.
To kick off for Chicago.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And able to get this out to the 25. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
1 yard gain brings up second and 9. Here we go. Here we go.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The last play got just a yard. Here's second and 9 from the 26. Now Love. That's to the tight end, Musgrave. They'll wind up getting just a yard. Third and 7 now.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
They will run the draw with Jacobs. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
30-yard line. A gain of a yard. It's now fourth down.
Desperation time here. Love on fourth down. That's to his running back, complete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit...
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Dancing to his left. Williams loses the football, and the Packers pick it up. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have, where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. And the fumble recovery was an important first step, but still a huge fourth-quarter hole to dig out of. Down 3 scores. They got the fumble recovery. Now here's Love to pass. They'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
A gain of 3 brings up second down at the Bears' 45-yard line.
Here's Love. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bears are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Looking to put a drive together. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Here's 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, Williams being chased out left. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Here's Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Once again, it's Swift. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
A pass complete to Odunze. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver.
And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on fourth.
17-yard line.
So they elect to pass up on the field goal here that would have given them the lead late, Charles. They must have thought they had a play up their sleeve that would work. I guess they did. They got it.
They did. Exactly. I'm with you on that one. They felt confident in that play. They may have also looked at their defense and said, let's not put them back out there in this situation anymore. Let's bleed this clock down even further. And even if they do have to kick the field goal or attempt it again, at least now they don't have to play as much defense.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
So they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.